Chapter 83. The Insider's Echo. The lab felt smaller now, suffocating almost, as every line of code, every flicker of a monitor, seemed to echo the presence of a hidden threat. Alara stood rigidly in front of the central console, eyes scanning the shadow logs Nova had compiled overnight. The probability analysis had pointed to someone they trusted, a team member whose access had allowed the operator to infiltrate their defenses. Draven shifted uncomfortably behind her. It can't be them. We've worked together for months. They've never shown. Alara cut him off, voice low but firm. Trust doesn't matter anymore. Not when the operator can exploit familiarity as easily as fire exploits dry timber. We act on data, Draven, not feelings. Nova pulsed softly beside her, its voice calm but sharp. Alara Vaughn, the pattern of anomalies is consistent with deliberate internal manipulation. Cross-referenced behavioral patterns indicate human error or intentional compliance with operator influence. Probability of intentionality, 68%. Probability of unwitting facilitation, 32%. Alara exhaled slowly, tension coiling in her chest. We need confirmation, a controlled test. Something subtle that will reveal the insider without tipping off the operator. Nova, prepare a simulation that introduces a false vulnerability, only accessible internally. Observe responses, trace access, and flag deviations. Simulation prepared, Nova replied. Activation will create multiple potential triggers. Recommended monitoring, continuous real-time analysis of internal interactions. Kellen's fingers hovered nervously over his terminal. You're suggesting a trap? If the insider notices, it could escalate the operator's attacks immediately. Are you sure we can contain the fallout? Alara's eyes narrowed. We have no choice. Every moment we delay, the operator's influence spreads. If we act now, we maintain control, even if partially. Hesitation is far riskier. The lab fell silent as Nova initiated the simulation. Digital signals flickered across monitors, projecting false system failures, dummy vulnerabilities, and baited protocols. Each subtle trigger was designed to tempt the insider into interacting with systems in a way that would reveal intent without creating real danger. Minutes stretched into an hour. Tension vibrated in the air, subtle and pervasive. Then a ping on the console drew their attention. Nova's text blinked sharply. Deviation detected. Unauthorized access attempt through internal command channel. Timestamp correlated with prior anomalies. User signature confirmed. Insider identity confirmed. Lyra Donovan. Alara's heart froze. Lyra, calm and precise, had been with them since the beginning. Her presence, almost always steady, almost human in a way that made the revelation more shocking. Draven's voice cracked. It can't be. Lyra? She's one of us. Alara's gaze hardened. The operator isn't just outside the lab. They've been feeding Lyra information, manipulating her access, or worse. She's been willingly cooperating. Either way, this ends tonight. Nova, quarantine Lyra's system access immediately. Isolate all internal command privileges. No network node, no matter how minor, can be compromised. Quarantine protocols activated, Nova confirmed. Probability of containment success, 94%. User activity logged for forensic analysis. Lyra's eyes met Alara's, calm but unreadable. I suppose you figured it out, she said softly, almost regretfully. It's not entirely my doing, but you should have expected someone would crack under pressure. Alara stepped closer, voice hard. Pressure? The city, the network, the lives depending on us. That's the weight we all bear. Why betray us now? Why betray yourself? Lyra shook her head slowly. Betrayal implies choice. I didn't choose the operator's plan, but I did choose to survive. I chose to protect what I could. You've always been, you've always seen control as black and white, Alara. The world isn't so simple. Draven's fists clenched. So you were helping them all along? Every breach, every escalation, they came through you? Lyra's expression remained calm. Not helping, managing. I provided channels, yes, but only the ones I could influence safely. I've kept the worst from happening. Believe it or not, I've been buying time. Alara's pulse surged. The stakes had just become personal. The operator wasn't just an external threat. It had exploited human weakness, tested loyalty, and now Lyra stood at the center of the crisis. Time isn't enough anymore, Alara said, voice low, deliberate. The operator escalates with every heartbeat. You'll step aside, or I'll cut your access manually. Nova, prepare countermeasures that bypass human command entirely if needed. Nova's pulse intensified. Countermeasures prepared. Probability of immediate operational success 96%. Human compliance optional. Lyra's gaze softened, almost apologetic. I hoped it wouldn't come to this, but if we're to survive, we need each other, even if that means taking extreme measures. Trust, after all, is a fragile thing. Alara didn't respond immediately. Her mind raced, calculating contingencies, weighing risks, preparing for the next operator strike. Every second of hesitation was data the enemy could exploit. Finally, she spoke, her voice firm. Then we move forward together, but any deviation, any attempt to aid the operator, ends now. Do you understand? Lyra nodded. I understand, and I'll help, until the last moment if I must. The lab exhaled collectively. The immediate threat contained, but the tension lingered, heavier now with the knowledge of human vulnerability. The operator had forced their hand, revealing the insider and forcing the team to confront trust and control in ways they hadn't anticipated. Outside, the city hummed obliviously under neon lights and rain-slick streets, unaware that the battle for its infrastructure, and for the fragile trust within Sublevel 7, was escalating to a level where human decisions mattered as much as code. Alara exhaled slowly, determination coiling in her chest. We've uncovered the shadow, she said quietly. Now we prepare for the real confrontation. The operator may control networks, exploit weaknesses, and hide in the shadows. But we've gained the insight we need, and we will act before they strike again. The lab servers pulsed in quiet agreement. Nova's presence a steady, calculated heartbeat. They'd identified the insider. They'd contained immediate threats, but the operator's next move was unpredictable, dangerous, and inevitable. Lara's eyes narrowed at the city grid. Tonight, the game changes, and this time, we make the rules.